Hey everyone, welcome to today's DIYs. Today we're going to be DIYing this really awesome wall-mounted shelving system that I put together. So you can do it just shelves, you can add a little desk like I did. This solution is perfect for those of you who have small spaces. You could do this in a bedroom, you could do it in an office. So this is in the living room of a small Cape Cod style house. I needed it to be practical because I needed some more wall shelving and I also needed a workspace. So I wanted it to be practical, but I wanted it to also be attractive and add some fun personality to the space and not just be like, oh, there's where I do my work. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I help you DIY a cozy home with home renovation projects like this, DIY thrift flips and upcycles, and home product review to help you spend your money wisely. Please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here and ring that little notification bell so you don't miss a video whenever I post in the week. Sometimes I miss a week, but I'm trying my best. Ooh, heat wave. Yeah, it's hot today. So let's jump into the DIY portion of this video. So let's talk about shelves first. I'm going to be showing you how to DIY this shelving system, how to add a desk to this system, and then stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to be showing you how to style your shelves and how to style the whole space so it can add some fun personality to your space. Okay, stop. Before you even get started, you need to concept and kind of come up with a layout for how you want your shelves to be because you're gonna get stuck, not have enough wood, not have enough arm bars, bracket things. So stop, map out how you want this to look. Painter's tape is a great option for this, and then go to Home Depot and get all your hardware. Now, when you are at Home Depot or your favorite hardware store, you're gonna be posed with two options. You're gonna have the single track option like this. There will be a single track option and then a double track option. This is the single track and these are the single brackets. Now, I went with the singles because it was so much cheaper to do the single tracks and the single brackets, but holy camole, the single track brackets are so flimsy. I mean, look at this. Look at this. What is this? Why? So if you do want to do this project on super budget, you can get away with using the single tracks and the single brackets. I'm going to show you a hack here in just a little bit on how to make your shelves a little bit more stable, but it does require a little bit more work than if you just go ahead and get the double track, and you do need a table saw. So keep that in mind. Hindsight, I would have just done the double tracks. I would have spent that little bit more money, invested in the double tracks because it's so much more sturdy. So no matter if you go with the single or the double track options, you're gonna wanna spray paint those babies up because they come in this like standard gray color, and if that's your jam, that's your jam. But do a fun color. I did gold for this. You can do a really nice metallic, you can do bronze, you could do copper or gold. Whatever it is that you wanna do, you could do pink, you could do black. Now, you have creative freedom to choose whatever type of materials that you want to use for your desk and your shelving. You could use just standard melamine shelves, or you could get some 1x. For the desk, I used a 1x12, and for the shelves, I used 1x8. Now, whenever you're staining, just go with the grain. So this Varathane brand of Early American is definitely a little bit more red toned than the Minwax brand. It's fine. This is still like the right period for this house, but I do prefer the Minwax color just a little bit more. It's a little bit more deeper, a little richer, and not so red, but it's still okay for this. Make sure to get all of the ends and the sides of your wood because you're going to be able to see this from all angles. When you are mounting your tracks to the wall, draw a level line so they all start at the same point, and make sure you're going into a stud. Put one screw at the top, bring your level down so they are all level, and then put all of your screws in the little screw holes. Then when you're going to put your arm bracket in, you just put the little teeth in and slide it down. And then you can put your shelf on. Now, since these arm bars are pretty flimsy, I'm going to show you how to cut a rabbet like this. So when you put your shelf on, the rabbet slips right on over the arm bar, then your shelf is super sturdy and these aren't going to go anywhere. All right, so to cut the rabbets out of the bottom, what you're going to want to do is make sure your shelf is centered and make sure that your little arm brackets are sticking out perpendicular to the track. Now what you're going to want to do is take your pen and just mark the back where the arm bracket is going into the track on both sides. Now you're going to bring that line up to the edge, Then you're gonna slide your fence until that mark matches up with the teeth. Clamp it down, and then you're only gonna have your teeth come up about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. So you can roll it up, roll it down. So we're just making a little tiny rabbet on the underside of the wood. So only bring your teeth up about 1/4 of an inch is plenty. So that's all we're doing, just making a little tiny groove, a little rabbet in your wood, and we're gonna do it to the other side. So now the underside of your board should have 2 little grooves cut out of it. So let's take it inside and see if that fixed the problem. Now let's talk about desk bracket options. Now if you're going to be using the single track, you're going to have to get a desk bracket that can go into the stud. Now if you're using the double track, they make desk brackets that can hook right into the double track, which is so much easier. Single track, you're going to have to screw into the stud. Double track, you can just get the little shelf bracket that hooks right in. Once you have your 2 ends on, you can put your board on, check for level, we're good. And then you can place your middle brackets on and mark the screw holes. So when you take this off, you know these aren't going to be sitting a little too high or a little too low. They'll be perfect. This is looking so great. I love the stain. I love the floating desk, and those little stools are perfect for this. Now we just have to style it. I don't know if these are cigarette ashtrays or if they're bookends. I got 2 of them, so I'm using them as bookends. For books, you could go the aesthetic route and just choose books based on their cover color. Or what I would highly recommend is get books that you actually want to read or your guests want to read. This is a great way to make your home a little bit more interesting, make yourself a little bit more interesting. Look at how cute these giraffes are. Oh my god. Remember these that we made, guys? This is going to be perfect for this. Now let's talk real quick about styling your shelves. If you're going for more of an eclectic, kind of whimsical nomad vibe, the thrift store is going to be your best friend. Get things that are funky, fun, they don't have to match, it doesn't have to have a cohesive aesthetic theme. It will all come together and it'll work perfectly. Now the secret to nailing down that nomad kind of vibe is to put things on your shelves from your travels, or if you haven't been able to travel, put things on your shelves from the thrift store of places that you want to go or things that look really interesting from faraway lands, and put those on your shelves because it'll look perfect. And here are some things that I find super inspiring if you want to sort of mimic a design like this. It is also really fun to incorporate things from the period of your home and then always have something that has a little story. This little dino right here was in an ottoman that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace, and I love it. So have your shelves tell a story. It'll be super inspiring for you on the daily, and all of your visitors will be like, whoa, what is all this stuff? It's so cool, it's so fun. I love your house. And if you are Airbnb-ing like me, it'll be super inspiring for your guests. They'll have a nice collection of books to choose from. They'll have a workspace to work at, and they will feel right at home. And the plants just add that little extra bit of life and whimsy. I love this. Well, I hope you guys liked this DIY. If you do, give it a thumbs up. And if you recreate something like this, let me know. Tag me over on Instagram. I love to see what you guys make. All right, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.